How we all doing? Emil, how you doing, man? Game twos. Yeah, I'm being lazy. I just tiled the same schematic multiple times because I have sub-regions that I made for this. I can just do that and only render this section that I want. We don't gotta, make it in a test world or whatever. So it's like 20 schematics or like 10 schematics, but I don't mind it. Same materials for them, so at least it's like just pistons and stuff. Why is this here? Oh, it's for the right one. Okay, might as well take this ones in. Slow on observers, that's not good. That's taking sense. Where's the honey block? Oh, the breaker. And take it all. I'm gonna build multiple layers of this, or multiple layers. Probably should get more. I'm gonna need a lot of sticky pistons. A lot of backlights, might as well wait for that. Yeah, a bunch of detector rays, that works for me. Six. Appreciate that follow there, Emil. How you doing, man? You're doing alright, man? Preparing for a new job and stuff, so flight streams have been kind of rare recently. Am I getting freeze frames, bro? Signs are just for the braking, you don't need that. You know, Dazzy, sometimes I don't understand where some stuff is, but I find it eventually. Am I blind? There's some foul stone walls there. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, I hope it goes well. It's gonna be all commission based, so obviously there's like no limit to it, so it's what the effort I put into it will reflect in that, which is, you know, nerve-wracking, but I think it allows me to, you know, it pushes me to do more because obviously I'm sitting at a job all day and I'm sitting there doing nothing most of the time, so it's like I could be actually going above and I can reach more potential than just sitting at a desk all day. Do we not have cobblestone walls in the storage? They're all the way the fuck over here. Terracotta, concrete, trapdoor, sandstone. I don't understand the redstone the most, but that's fine. Trapdoor. Don't need signs, just the gates. TNT, of course. Sandstone. Bunch of that from all the old update suppressors that we used. And packed ice. We may need to actually run the ice farm really soon. Because we might be getting low on that stuff. Maybe we have some in the bowl. Never mind, we're chilling. I think I have everything that I need. Probably need more pistons at some point, but well, obviously we need a lot more pistons than this because it's like 250,000, so might as well set up like 3 double chests of pistons. Shulker boxes, of course. It comes from this side. So the supplier too. See where we get. I'd assume we could get one of these built up. Take all these. Besides that one. Alright, I will. We can get rid of this. Is this practical to do this? No, but I want to. On this scale, it's not, but at a larger scale, yeah, it makes a lot of sense to do this. Besides the fact that the pistons don't get recycled, but I can live with that. Not render the last one now. So we're going to have to adjust it because of the size. This extends her a little bit, but it should be okay. Placing the buffer of the pistons is going to be a little bit annoying, but I think I can get something working for that. Let's build the breakers first. Stairs for. It's just no minecarts to align with this one, so it should be pretty straightforward. Minecarts were like the only annoying thing of the recyclable bed heartbreaker, but yeah, pretty fair. So when somebody asks what my music taste is, I just say yes, because I don't know. It goes from everywhere. What makes it better? It is the one overhead breaker. It's just a it's probably easier to explain it with the full breaker. it's just 5 of them in a configuration, and that way they all break together in a sense. So you have the top one up here, which is your top bedrock layer, second, third, fourth, and fifth, and they're all running together. That way you don't need to continue. So how bedrock breaking works, you obviously you've done it before, but you do one layer at a time. Like you do the piston place, and you do the breaking, and you take it all down, move it down one, piston placer again, bedrock breaker. This you're doing the first layer until there's redstone block. Then you have enough clearance to build the second one. Same thing. Next redstone block. Clearance to the third. Same thing. And that way, once you have all the clearance for all 5 of them, they all go together. So you don't need to, start from each different thing and, piston layer. Like I did for the 1K void, it was always, piston placer day, and now the next day it's bedrock breaker day, and then we wait a whole week to break it and finish, then we can start the process over again. This avoids the need for that once you reach a certain point for the all clearance for all 5 breakers, which is why it's kind of hard to just look at that main schematic there and figure out what you need to do. Which is why I'm making a video for it in a sense, because it's not just place it and build it. And you gotta what's it called? You gotta like staircase it, or I forget the word I'm looking for. Streamline, I guess. Streamline progress. Can't just build it all at once. You gotta tier it. I don't know. I don't know what the right word is for that, but work your way up to all 5. Is that a railroad? There's just a minecart sitting there. Eh. Never use this one breaker, so I don't understand. Is that minecart supposed to be there? Different one overhead breaker. The schematic is, right? Why does it look weird? I'm trying to figure out where the hell I am on this thing. It's in line with the debris. This is like this part over here. Top of that one. Yeah, nothing's there. Okay, so I don't know why that minecart's there. Oh well. Let's see. There's two minecarts still. Oh well. Not supposed to be there. Apparently, no. How you doing, little knife? Okay, reach that. Hello, can I fly? Nope, apparently not. Definitely not. Okay, why? Hello? What is happening? Welcome back, no. Stepping QC power. Update that guy. Okay, that's good. Should place this before I forget about it. How you doing, Ever? It's so cool. Breaking bedrock for it? There's really no need for this perimeter. Sort of like what we did for Lazy Raid. Which we still haven't finished yet because nobody wants to. I don't want to keep building these bedrock breakers because they're kind of annoying. But we're breaking the bedrock just to have it open to the top, or we did it for Blaze as well. Blaze kind of makes sense with building a farm inside of it that needs it, but with this one, there's no farm that needs like spawning in a sense. I just want to have it open because it looks a little bit better, especially for decoration. Otherwise, it just looks like you built the thing on top of the bedrock roof, which I don't like. Personally, I don't like just building things on the bedrock roof, but this farm we have to, so I show a bit more effort and clear out the area underneath it in a sense. Like the Blaze farm, I appreciate it. Yeah, the Blaze one, it's simple overall, but it's really, it fits the theme of Blaze by itself. Especially the floor art. The floor art did really well. Like the walls are the simplest thing ever. It's like it's just like a fade, but I made it in the like shape of like a fire, like being burned. You know, the little fire blaze you could call it. Appreciate that follow there, Evan. Yeah. It'll be the same thing for here. We have sort of an idea what we're going to do for decoration for this one. It's not going to be themed around any sort of mob. It's just going to be like, I think it's like a red and black theme, I think, for this one. We'll be using like another floor placer and things like that. The encoded one. We're still mining it out. It's definitely coming along for a manual mining. It's always nice to do a manual mining perimeter every once in a while compared to just blowing them all up. I try to make the perimeters look nice. It's something that I think makes the everything come tie in a little bit better, rather than just, you know, making the perimeter and make a farm inside of it. Not what I enjoy. Obviously, I'm a technical person, but if I can make it look better, I will. Spend the time. Yes, and this is the second hand dug one. Well, I've done smaller ones, like I've dug this one out. And this one was a world eater. We've dug these ones out in the shape of obviously the honey bottle, the bee, and the honeycomb. Uh, most of them are the square ones are the ones that are going to be world eaters. This is a circle one we did for the laser ray boost over there. That one was the first nether circle one. This is the first nether square one. But yeah, the decorations, I commissioned an artist for them. The most part, for the floors at least, like the mob art itself, and then I make the wall decorations myself, for the most part. Digging it out, I think we have like 2 people, me and Rubik are the main ones that are digging this one out. It's probably going to be a couple 100 hours, to be honest with you. Because we're obviously going to go down below the lava. And we'll make a machine to clear out the lava, or at least assist with it once we get to that across the full perimeter. But yeah, it definitely takes a while to manually mine one, especially in another. It's just a nice break to dig every once in a while. Sometimes you're just in the mood, you know? It's always satisfying to just manually mine out blocks like that. I've just done so many of them, so it's just a nice break. And of course for the stats. You know, I'm close to 10 million blocks mined in this world so far, so this will definitely get me to it. What's this mix? What? This is the actual one. When did I ever listen to 80s metal? Huh? I'm over here, I think. What's this mix it's giving me right now? That's a good song. I don't know if I'm paying money to that. Can't fly today at all, apparently. Are we talking like in terms of farm, or are we talking in terms of decoration? I think it'd be different for me for both. Both combined? It's all good, then. My favorite nether one is probably the gas. Well, the skeleton would be pretty cool once we redo that one. Favorite overworld. My favorite nether one is still the gas entirely, just because it's such a good processing chamber and everything like that with TNT looting. Overworld's a bit of a different one. I don't actually know my favorite overworld one is. I gotta love Toothless, but I wouldn't say it's my favorite one because, you know, there's something in there which has a bat switch. Yeah, wide zero portals for the nether side, and then the overworld side, it's the processing chamber. Guardian's really cool. Double Guardian one's probably a good overworld one. Flower will be cool. It's like the bee ones in the nether, but in the overworld just for flower farms. I love the spider. Spider's just like, because it's like the decoration is just really cool, especially the floor art. But my favorite is probably the Guardian one for the overworld. The farm's simple. I wouldn't say that's the best farm one. The best farm one is probably the spider. It's really satisfying to watch that one. Tree farm's also nice to run, but I think the best is probably the spider one for me. The down Excel spider farm. Guardian's one of my favorite looking ones. Go over here real quick. The other side's not too special for the Guardian, but I like how it looks on the map. It is sort of visible. The chunk loader kind of takes over that, but I hate how you can't see the decoration for the walls on the map, but Yeah, another side is just a 5x5 chunk area. For the Guardian. We can't really do one because of the bee farms, but this is one of my favorites. Looks better at night in my opinion, but my favorites for the overall for sure. Especially making it in an ocean, pain in the ass to do, but yeah, that one's really nice. This one will look cool once it's done. Yeah, I used the armor to light shipping vanilla tweaks. Just personal preference, you could say. I didn't bring scaffolding blocks for this. Just a quality of life thing to have, so I'm fine with using it. I know they added stuff in like 120 now that you can just like right click it, which of course if you ever do something like that, then yeah, I'll take it off, but it's not overpowered as people think. Once you activate the Elytra, the chest plate isn't like in effect, so you still take as much damage as you would with the Elytra just on. But if it's, you know, like you're landed, it takes the chest plate into consideration. If you're flying, it'll, you know, nullify that. It's not too overpowered. It's the convenience and I'm gonna swap every time I want to fly. That's all it really is. Yeah, exactly. That's something they needed in the game for a long time. It's crazy how it took, what, 11 years? Well, the game's been out for 11 years. Electro's probably, what, like still like 6, 7 years that Electro's been out. Now it's finally getting added, which is good, but having to resort to something else is not ideal. Makes building those first layers of that a lot easier, so it's worth the few pumpkins. You can remove them. We actually don't even have to remove them, I don't think. I think we do. Yeah, might as well. Pretty easy to do. We'll work on the piston placer part all at once. I mean, yeah, that's pretty much what, you know, what the mods that I use is just quality of life, because otherwise it can be quite annoying to do some stuff. I hope they do this to do the same thing with crafting at some point. Because I'm sorry, I don't want to stand like, yes, it's a very small percentage of the player base that needs to craft millions and millions of different, redstone components and shit, but, it would be nice. Yeah, sugar farming is a thing in 117, yes. Yeah, before that I was duping shulker shells because I was just like, I'm not going to raid end cities for multiple weeks to get enough for just a storage for a single farm. Like, yeah, good. So before that I was duping the shulker boxes. Which I stated in the video too. I wasn't hiding the fact that I was doing it. I always stated that, me personally, it just makes sense because of all the storage, and it's just compacting storage. So like I'm actually getting anything, like resource wise or whatever. Making storage just a hell of a lot easier. So. Use gold for my game, spent multiple hours crafting. Yeah, it's just not fun or enjoyable. It doesn't even be fun. It's just not a fun thing to, or what you want to do. Shulker farm. It's a modified Cubics shulker farm. Like the very, very old one. We haven't touched it. Let's say probably about close to 2 years now at this point. But we made like a fully automatic shulker box factory that I designed. I combined a azalea tree, like a playerless azalea tree farm, with the ability of supply to infinitely run. That gave us enough wood to craft the chests for the shulker boxes, and then I just put the shulker box, the shulker farm on top of that in a sense. That way we can like fully, without a player, get shulker boxes. I would definitely change it and make it a single dimension farm. Now there's different farms out there because it used to be portal spam was the answer, but now with all the scaffold and stuff, it's a lot easier and not use portals and all that stuff. So I would definitely use that if we ever change it, which I highly doubt. But yeah. It's been a long time ago. I don't think we need to be honest. We ran the small 2001, I would want to say, for a couple days. And we haven't needed to get more shulker boxes. I'm pretty sure there's still probably like 400,000 if I had to guess, just sitting there. So for this certain thing, I don't see it being worth it. We have it, yeah, so we can easily just, do that. At least for empty shulker boxes. For anything filled, it doesn't do anything, but for empties, it makes sense. It's 30 full double chests, which is 64 times, what, 1728 per shulker bot per chest. Or no. Yeah, so it's 60 times 1728 just for that side alone. I think this side we're sort of close to the beating. It's one. There's one left over here, so like it's still a lot. I don't see us needing to run it for a while. Or yeah. If I do, I wouldn't want to change this one. I would make a whole new one, but because mine and all that obsidian, even though it's not a lot, it would still take a while to do. Yeah, there's still like 100,000 there, so I don't see us running through that for a while at least. You know, the raid farm here is going to take up a bunch of it, but I wouldn't think it would need 100,000 shulker boxes. That's what, like 2 billion items. I think the math right there. I think that the math's close enough. $180 million items with just those shulker boxes that are there. So I think we're good for a bit. I think we're good. This one should be right below, which it should. It's 4 from that one. Yep. Block bounce, dude. I think I can make the easily. quite sure. I think a cool time lapse would be having this machine running. Like, it's definitely a one and done type thing. At least in this current state, because it doesn't recycle the pistons. Okay, sacrificing 250,000 some pistons for this. Or, yeah. We have a little bit of supply we can eat into. Like, we have like 3-4 million pistons, so we're good. I can justify this expense for a cool one-time video, you know? If you're still here, you can probably understand the fact that the time lapse will be so much easier because it'll just be one file. And you don't need to have different files for each different layer. Like, okay, we get the piston placer going now, we get that file, then we get the breaker file, go to the breaker file, then run in the breaker file. It's a lot easier overall to do it. I think even like a full start to finish would also be a lot easier too. Because you're not waiting for it to go like all the way across, you're waiting it to go like 20 blocks. Which on a large scale is still a lot of time, but for this scale, what, maybe 20, 30 minutes for it to move forward like that on this scale, so definitely a cool one-off thing. Would I ever do it again? Maybe not. It's definitely a cool thing to watch. With it not including the tech to recycle pistons, it's a bit of a... Wow, that's the return side? That was easy as shit. Yeah, it's not ideal. If we didn't have the recycle one already, yeah, I would definitely use this a lot more. But because we do... Alright. Just in time. Can I get something to work with me here? I wonder if I can get something to work. Because there's a certain direction that you look with this and it will work the way you want it to. Gotta figure out what direction it's gonna be. Because I can do this inverted and like this. Cool, so it's this direction. So north, I should be able to just... Oh, hell yeah. Wait, stop. Assume it's right. Yeah. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Definitely don't build the piston. Don't build the piston placer until we move this. Ah, shit. Well, if I pushed it down, should be able to push it up. If I were to push it from the correct block. It took longer than it should have, but it's fine. Okay, but yeah, don't build the placer part until these are in. Makes it a lot more difficult. And we can just, I don't think it's going to work in this direction. Ah, it is, okay. So it works from north to south, but not east to west. Oh wait, this will be my scaffolding block. I don't need the pumpkins. Maybe I can use the pumpkins. They might help. Yeah, it'll still help. I'll make it useful. Yeah, that first layer is gonna need them too, so that's fine. Can justify the pumpkins. How you doing, Pimets? I got my water. It's a little bit cold. Not too cold, which is always good. Just stop placing. Micro Center, new GPU time. New GPU time. That's cool. What the fuck is happening? My audio is just cutting out. Are we getting that in before tomorrow, or is that going to be an after tomorrow thing? Stepping 900. Noise. I'll be keeping my 3090 for a while. Yeah, I was gonna say you're gonna definitely need a new power supply going from what you're going from. You need a new case too. What do you have? A small form factor case? I love my either mid-tower ATXs or full ATX cases. Recommended you'll be undervolting that thing just to even partially run it. I had to get a new power supply with my GPU too. I think I ended up with the 900 watt. It was either 850 or 900 watt that I ended up with. Maybe it was 1,000. I don't know. Glass cover, so it's thick, boy. I see. Yeah, the 3090, pretty big card, let alone that's a previous generation card. So, yeah. No surprises. Yeah, I get you, Emo. My stream time is pretty much the worst for people in the opposite time zone. We're like 6 hours ahead of me. Yeah, make sure you hang out, man. Hopefully, with the new job, the schedule will change depending on the clients, you know? So obviously most people work during the time, so I probably would stream at night for me, which is the opposite time that I do now. So maybe that gets changed in the future and we have a more reasonable stream time. I hope to see you some other time, man. Have a good night. I don't know, Angel. It's going to depend on what the job looks like. I don't know entirely. I haven't obviously experienced it. I don't know yet until I start doing it, right? So obviously for the people that I'll be showing it to, they're like middle age, so they might work like a regular job. So it all depends on the clients and when they want to schedule stuff. Obviously, it's going to change all the time anyway, so streams can be probably very sporadic. Like, I know, of course, some people it works really well because they're in my time zone and, like, you know, you're getting off work, getting dinner, and you're chilling for the rest of the night. Other people, it's like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, they're just trying to go to bed. It should be in bed, but, you know, sleep schedules and that. It all depends on, you know, everything once it settles in, get used to it. Trip to Mike or something for the new card. Gotcha. The VOD channel was created for as well there, Angel. I know it's not ideal, but I think it's a lot more enjoyable to watch it on YouTube than it is on Twitch. I think that's just my personal preference, but I would assume a lot of people like to watch it on YouTube rather than Twitch. don't monetize that channel, so there's no no stuff there. So no ads, straight VODs. I don't plan to monetize that one because it's mainly just for people that can't catch a stream, and obviously the stream I don't run ads either, so you only get the pre-rolls when you first join, and I can't turn those off. It's physically not possible. Alright, that's this piston placer stuff, which I think I understand what I need for it. Built enough piston placers in my time. I need something to fix these things. Yeah, no honey for this one. Why they use this one without the honey, I don't know. Figure out what supplier they use. I think Daz's will work. The supplier portion, I didn't do it change the everything goes though, because it uses one that's off the ice path itself. Which I think is a modified Andrews one. You see from the screenshot that DH did in 404. Progress updates. Yeah, it's that one. It's a slightly modified one. That's pretty easy. Pretty easy to do. It's not difficult at all. It's pretty much this observer, block on top of that. Repeater goes on top of this block here. And sticky, sticky, sticky. Not like that. Like this. And like that. There's a block there as well. And this piece of string right there. So once it gets detected, it will then go down. And it's slightly aligned onto this block like a regular filter would be. So that way this string will still observe it, but when this goes down, it won't stick to the ice path, which is on this block right here. Which makes dealing with that a lot easier. Okay, that should be pretty straightforward. Which one is Dazzy's to get plier again? Dazzy's does alignment. That's an old one. That'll still work. That looks organic. Yeah, it's organic. It's right there. Let's just transfer down to that. I'm gonna take this this part. Take that part out. This will be our supplier schematic. Over there. It's going to go all the way down there. Will be next because I have to put a collection thing at the end here to get the rest of the pistons for the first couple layers. So it'll be like an overflow because it's designed obviously to run all 5. So I think a 20 game tick supplier would be what we would attempt to do instead of that, which doesn't make sense to modify personally. Oh, wait, this is in the wrong spot. Did I turn that one off? I didn't. Shit. Oh, wait, no, that's really simple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, all we have to do is just go like that. That should be good because it'll stop there. Because we have full, yep, we have full piston push limit because this one right here will pull this section first, which is attached to this. Which means we can attach 12 blocks in total here. So 11 slime blocks and 1 redstone block before that's there, but we also need to keep in mind piston push limit from here. So this one can only push over 12 blocks. 11 blocks in front of this one because it counts this idea as a block, of course. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This will be the farthest we can push it. And the redstone block would have to be on this block here. So that's a bit weird, but it's workable for us, and we'll get smaller and smaller. And then we might run into an issue, but it's fixable. It's not ideal, but it's fixable. Say you ended like a really weird spot, you can fix it. You can end the way you want to. Never built a piston placer where pistons are sort of replaced. Definitely makes building it substantially easier. those things. I can they're thing jump. Lost all audio in my right ear for a second there. Interesting. What was my headset doing, bro? Check G-Hub for a second. Logitech, what are you doing? You're at 65%. Nothing's wrong with you. It doesn't seem like things are wrong with it. Should be okay. How you doing, Tarf? I'm doing good, man. Better than last week. It's good to hear, man. Just, getting some new projects started. It's always good for motivation. Mining endlessly for a while sort of takes a toll on you. Took a break today and just like, yeah, let's start putting this stuff up. Couple layers here. Then we can work on the supplier. Big ass ice stream. And for an hour and a bit. And might be able to run it. Just make sure it's working. And obviously it's only the first section of it, so we have to build a couple more of them, but works, then the rest of them should. It's the same schematic, just tile a little bit. Okay, I definitely prefer divided placer. It's easier to build. On the other side too, make it a lot easier. Otherwise I can risk updating observers and stuff, which I don't want to do. Yeah, but that's a lot more easier because something's gonna change states, hopefully. Usually you don't build a piston placer with pistons already in place. A lot of pistons in place in the same sentence, but this one is a bit of a buffer just because of what's going on here. Anyway, oh, I forgot to check my schematic. Saw a wagon immediately. 276-127-336. Got it perfectly. I'm doing good, man. Starting the new bedrock worker thingy. Not really new, but new way to use it. I think it'd be a really cool time lapse to see all 5 layers go at once. It's like a one and done thing. I'll probably never do this again, but it's nice to experience it for once. Oh, where'd you go on vacation there, Wag? You were away for the past few days or week or so? Remember I asked you where you went? Away summer camp. Interesting. Going back to my... Oh, so you're not like... Did you say you were going on vacation, though? Or is that what you meant? Gotcha, then. Just 2-day weekend back on gotcha, man. What is a sleepaway summer camp? I guess I've been to like sports summer camps, but I don't know what a sleepaway is. Okay, music, gotcha. Did music for a while. Once I hit high school, I stopped doing it because there was no benefit. Was it middle school? Was it middle school? Or was it? No, yeah, it was middle school. Yeah, I did it for middle school just because of the trip to a certain amusement park that obviously gave my location away, but we would always go there at the end. I played the cello. I was a orchestra person. I don't know, I always just picked it up and I did well at it, so did it throughout middle school. That won't be able to pull. Oh, that one won't be able to pull. Or no, that one's extended, so it can't do that. Shouldn't be able to, at least. Same thing with this one. We can go this way, but it works for me. I think I miss the most though is just playing sports, baseball mainly. I used to love pitching and striking kids out because my curveballs and my knuckleballs, oh, they were not expected. I got so good at those pitches. I wasn't a fast pitcher, but I was a smart one, so I could get in your head. This is a good song. Rubik's not here to enjoy it. I don't think it is. Yeah, there probably is. It's just working with the current job I have is like impossible. I mean, especially if I want to stream too, it's like yeah, never happening. Um, it's probably it's a different feeling playing it as an adult rather than when you're in a young kid. It's different. I think it wouldn't feel the same. Just what I would want it to, but I don't think I would ever do that. It's like you just can't. It's some things you just can't replicate or relive them. Like watching movies for the first time or series, playing a game for the first time. You just can't. Unfortunately, you can't do that. Go to a place for the first time, like a shore or Disney or all that stuff. Be the same. I get what you're saying there. We have inverted frames? No. No, that's not something we have gotten. I think it's just falling block, which I don't understand entirely. Not something I've ever really experimented with, nor will we probably ever do that. That's only 112, I think. I doubt I would ever do that, especially downgrade the server or start a new one on 112. It doesn't interest me too much. Okay. Do we need this block here? Or is it just like a marker or something? Oh, I think that's to slow it down. Yeah, okay, so that's a certain distance. Um, it's not on the big one. Okay. Gotta load the player and count how far away they are. It's not there, so we're gonna load forward one. Okay, so we're gonna count these blocks. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 blocks in between them. Okay. Where's my crosser? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yep. If I get rid of these 16 here, just pay attention to this. You go 48, 32, and so on. We'll position this one over here. Just do it right here and make it new. Simple delta. There's supposed to be a redstone block here. Break that one I'm sitting on top of, and this one here. I guess I'll just build like a 2x loader at the end too. Gotta build the ice pad thing first. I don't know what I'm thinking. I need string. 404. You should have a link in streaming notifications. I posted it in the server chat, but I don't think I put a link to 404 in there. It's in the streaming one, it should be. It's the one that I pushed the picture, at least in streaming, but or in that, but it's got a random text saying I'm sorry for your loss. Eh. Sure. Need solid blocks. We'll use Instant as well. Easily breakable. Open repeaters too. I think I said this in the stream before. I don't think you were here at Rag, but it'll be a cool thing to use once. It's satisfying to watch, but I wouldn't probably use it again. Just because the pistons don't get recycled, but maybe for like smaller scales like these, like for 257 perimeter, we could use it. But I think over that, I don't think I would use this. This is on the wrong side. I gotta mirror this. Like that. So that's there. 2 observers. That. 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 1, 2, 3, 4 tick. Sticky piston. So. Cool. I can work without schematic with this, I think. Back to the old times before schematics. Get a Linkin Park song, even better. Why did I do that first? Wait, I am not doing this in the right spot. This block's here to stop it. The item, at least. I don't know why I thought that's where the marker was for the... slime block is right there. So for this, I will take a snap. I guess it makes sense for me to do this, that way other people could have it too. Piston. Ice conveyor. Need more inventory space, bro. I like slots. It's a schematic now, I don't need this. Actually, I don't think I should run this today because I need to get clips for the guide. I can run it tomorrow. Hopefully I should be able to stream tomorrow too. I don't know yet, but I shouldn't run it today because I am creating a guide for this as I go. Give it like a survival scenario on top of it. It's creating a guide for something creative is a whole different thing. It's nice to show real world application for it. We got just a little bit too much string. Oh well. I'm still in the mindset of building something 1,000 blocks long. Alright. Where's the simple 2x loader that I had? This one? Yeah. Just a bit. That's an extra block. Just looks like that. Okay. Redstone books. I put away and I need to get it in again. Barrel. Chest. Copper dispenser. Open up piston. Barrier. Dust. Touch. Observe. Torches. And jackline. And of course, short axis. A few more chests and hoppers for our ultimate storage at the bottom. Okay. It's 500,000 pistons. I think that's good. I'm going to be using 200,000, so I might just decrease this to 3. Okay, now put this one over here for the supply. I should also test to make sure this path works. But I have to do that until this is built. I don't have any glass in here. Solid block should be fun. I need terracotta. That's empty shoulders. What the hell is that? I like this layout like that entirely. I think that's better. Because then I can change the orientation of it and go down further for more storage. Stream. Ah, that one has to be a unconducted one. Otherwise it gets QC powered. I see. How you doing, DH? You good? Alright, that's good to go. This one's all built. Should verify the breaker one at least. It's supposed to be extended, it's fine. That's obviously storage. Ah, that piston I gotta update. That's something we need to do. Pretty sure I talked about doing that too. This one has to be like that because of the distance. That's fine. Looks like just that one piston's all I need to change. Just update real quick. Just all sure. So that go bring over some pistons, and I'm not going to actually because I want to make the guide for it, and if I start this and then have to explain how to do it, not great, especially for following a guide. So I need to refill my shoulders. I think someone borrowed those commercial boxes. Masscraft and shulker boxes is not great. It won't do a full stack at a time because they're not supposed to be stacked. Let's fill now piston time. Sprint a really good full 300k. I mean, what, 65 times 5 is. Three. Might bring over 400. All this. All four of these. These should be enough. Wait, I don't gotta wait for this. We have so many pistons and overflow. I should wait though for this to fill though. That's fine. Okay. What the hell? What would you do that? Right on the tooth spot too. Doing there out of natural instinct. Take shotgun. I haven't been there. But that one has like 2 layers left, or 3 layers actually. Still got a while to go. It's a lot smaller though. It's actually pretty far much further down than one of these. 30. This is the easy one. There's like no lava, nothing. That's a little corner over here. That's it. So they're just straight mining. Still a lot at 1K we need to bring back, but that's a lot of stuff. I don't want to do that today for sure. It's probably still a couple 100,000 sitting over there. Just casually had a couple 100,000 pistons laying around. No big deal. Swap the elytra, make it big. I should put the I'm gonna go back to storage now. All the axolotls. I think that's all we have. Then I have to actually go to 1K to bring pistons back over. That's gonna make no sense to me how we're out of pistons. Well, there might be still some at the air base. No, still something. I thought I was like, this should be filled. So it was like 800K here. Probably like 700K left now. This doesn't fill all the way up. I'm used to the TIS bulk that filled the concrete thing all the way up. This one doesn't do that. We'll put this last chest up here. And then that will be it for today. Hopefully tomorrow we can start the next layer. Well, we'll see how it goes. I might start mining in the first bit of stream while the breaker's like running for the first one, and then once it clears enough area, then we go back over and start the next. Just basically just doing the same thing we did today, just we don't need to do the ice path and stuff because it uses the same ice path for all of them, which is also a huge benefit. One last little bit. Yeah, more than that. That seems about right. Maybe it's gonna make a player cannon. Let's go. It's so worth it for anything like over like 500 blocks. Nah, I would say 500 blocks is a good starting just on a good starting distance. Piston bolts are just so much longer to build nowadays. It's crazy. Like, yeah, it's nice to always have a piston bolt, but like I would build the player cannon at this point. But for close locations like this, yeah, we'll build a piston bolt. There's no point in flying that way. We go to the cannon just to fly right here and like it'll overshoot us. It's a really nice thing to do. .5 diagonal, yeah. So also at some point, I want to get something in here that way we can transport the sand. It looks like we have space to do. We'll have to hopper lock it, of course. Transport sand over to this because we'll need it to craft TNT for the raid farm. So it will be nice to actually do that there, which will be good. Piston bolt. All piston bolts are with the minecart. I'm confused when. Oh, chest minecart. Could do a diagonal one that way. Pretty much like directly diagonal. If we were to make it another, I do have another one, I think. Another version of my TNT crafter. Then that would involve bringing the gunpowder over here. I think I'm making a new world. Oh shit, I don't think Dazi included. I don't think we included sand in the storage. Maybe we did. I don't know if we did. I know gunpowder's in there. Wait, is this the wrong side? No, it's- Dodge is an amazing sandstone. So yeah, just put it in the overworld, dump that shit in there. I think I might put like a hopper minecart underneath here. You can just like input that into the thingy up here. Actually, we can just input it into this water stream right here. Just throw it in. Make it really easy. Put like a hopper minecart underneath here to get items up there. Maybe in this corner, one right here. Items will go through that portal, go right there. And then that could just be input into there. I guess it could be great if we could update suppress this corner one right here. Put water there. But we could just put it right there and it would just go right there instantly. That's doable, right? Yeah, update suppress that, and the update suppress place in the water. Oh yeah, it wouldn't flow. This will be in the overworld. This I'm just looking at it in the nether. Places then off even the same thing with ice. If I were to break the ice block, for example. Yeah, I don't have a schematic for that small suppressor thing. The test world, so I'll just place in the obviously before we would build it in survival, we'll definitely use the mini one. But just for testing purposes, it's not bad. Nice there, commits. Stream Deck as well, bonus. You'll love that thing for streaming. This is some old ass throwbacks on clarity, bro. This one still hits. Already have it programmed. Is that one block? That has to be there at least first. I gotcha. Yeah. Play streamer name. Yeah, it's pretty sets. It's going to help you a lot. Oh, wait, no, this block wouldn't be there. Oh, it'll update if I break that rail, though. Water would flow towards this. Oh, yeah, 100% commits. Obviously, in 117 plus, if I were to place water, what do you have saying? It wouldn't break the rail, but when I break the rail to remove the suppressor, it'll update and then it'll flow this way, which I think would then cause the portal. update suppress the suppressor. I mean, yeah. No, it just it doesn't. Okay, so we can't do that. Water works. The hell? Right, then you probably mixed them up because ice doesn't work. It puts it back in my inventory. Break the block window in a second. Yes. Gotcha. Oh, it's gonna flow to the side. What am I thinking? It's gonna flow. It's gonna flow to this side. Which I think is where we're running into issues. Because it flows next to that. Yeah, it's pressure breaks, but it didn't update it, which is fine. So it looks like we don't even need to suppress the water. We don't need. We don't even need to suppress the fucking. So I guess the water only. So like we do like lava breaking, for example. It'll only break it if I were to place it on this side, for example. They only update on the side like that, I guess. Water, because it's not technically touching the frame here. I guess the game doesn't see it as it doing that. So the water we can just place. We just update suppress the break in of the block, and the water can place that way. If you if you come in through the portal, for example, on this side, you can still get out because you're not falling a few blocks down. So we'll put it right here, and you can just get out because the floor is right there for the UI. Makes it really easy to integrate the supply of everything. It's still butted and didn't update. I mean, hey, that makes it pretty simple. So it's small breaker, or small breaker, small update suppressor, and yeah, you're good to go. So that'll make moving the sand over from the storage a whole lot easier. That's interesting though. I didn't know that. Yeah, for everything built up for the first layer, we're good to go. Gotta move all that stuff at some point too, a little bit higher. Yeah, everything's good to go for the first one. We'll launch it for the video, of course, but we'll see how it goes later. Pistons are all over there. So basically it's all good to go, and it's just, you know, getting started. Metal, appreciate you popping in, man, but we are just about to end. I'm going to try to stream tomorrow. Like I said, these couple weeks that are coming up, I don't know what it's going to look like. But I'll be trying my best to stream because I do enjoy doing it. Especially for projects like this where it's not really something I would do for a YouTube video, just besides just explaining what goes on and stuff. And then the grinding part. What's this contraption? So it's going to be a bedrock breaker, but we're going to do all 5 layers at the same time in quotation marks. We have to clear out area for the first one, second, third, so on, but once we tile it all together, they'll be working in unison, and we'll have all 5 layers going at the same time, in a sense, being broken. Yes, it'll be slower, somewhat, than just building one of the breakers per layer, but you don't need to build a piston, a full piston thing for each. We still do, because it's only one for each layer, but we don't need to build a separate base path. We don't need to build all the breakers. It's like, it's a whole process, but it's a cool thing to watch. Like, you're still building all the breakers and piston placers. You're just doing it all at once instead of having to, you know, regular better break and do a full day where you're building a piston placer, letting that run all the way across, then building the breaker, letting that run all the way across, and doing the whole process like that, repetitive. This one, I'll build the first layer, let that go into that redstone block right there. Then same thing, we'll repeat the same process for the second layer. Once it reaches that redstone block again, then we'll just continue until we got all 5. And then once that's done, then you can just continue it on, providing you have the pistons, basically. The next version above this, I would say, would be to have one that recycles the pistons entirely. That way, you can just go indefinitely and break all 5 layers, which would be a really cool thing to see, especially for another just like this. But I don't think that's ever gonna happen. But yeah, everything's all marked out. Obviously, we'll be mining some stuff either in the nether here, or I might work on the flower area. We shall see. I would like to get this one over here done. That way we could build the lava sweepers that go all the way across to help with the lava clear, because otherwise sand in this thing would just be no. I would never do that. Ever. But yeah, once we get that done, then it's mining out and getting all the ancient debris that's in that perimeter. But yeah. So there's still lots of moving parts that we need to do, but hopefully get as much as we can done before October, so we shall see. Yeah, appreciate you guys hanging out. Wish you a nice day, Reverend. I will see you guys all later.